Okay, been looking at some drum tuition stuff on YouTube. A guy called Mike Johnson doing a lesson on songo. Somebody on there was requesting a lesson on Mozambique that he did, Mozambique. The one he does seems a bit different to the one that I've learned. You know, I found another video elsewhere of a drummer doing a Mozambique, and I thought, well, I've got to have a go at that. It's really fun to play, so I'm just going to try and break that down a bit. You know, a lot of the times people do these drum lessons, it's not exactly in the way that's most meaningful to me, so I'll try and explain it the way that I think about it. Hope that maybe helps. Still just kind of learning this myself. Can't sit down at the kit and just play it. I've got to sort of build it up, get it going. So give it a wee go. Something like that. Seem to have stopped there. Okay, I know that you can't see the ride symbol on the video because I'm in the way. It's the best I can do, sorry. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to explain my way out of that mess anyway. I'll even just come over here. The pattern on the ride symbol, I guess this is what makes it sound so cool. It's something like this. Going along with that, you're simply counting like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the hi-hat, so that's something like this. I could do this straight off the bat, just from what I was able to do before. I don't know, guess just kind of lucky that way. So the ride and the hi-hat together, let's try and come out the way the ride symbol a bit. Something like that. So I would suggest you try these parts together, the hi-hat, just counting 1, 2, 3, 4 on the hi-hat with your foot, and you know, just get the ride pattern going, get yourself familiar with that. Now the next part, this is just the way I think about learning things. You know, you have to find out where the beats lie. If you're going to make your hands and your feet do this, then they really need to know what they're doing. So the next part is just how the snare and the ride interact. You know, what you're doing with your hands, your left and your right hand. The way this comes together is what you call a linear pattern. The left and the right hands, they're never doing like a hit at exactly the same time. You know, there's nothing that coincides like this. You know, it's always like in between each other, that sort of thing. So I think when you play the Mozambique proper, like I was playing earlier at the start, you're playing with your left hand on 3 drums, and you're going so you know, you're going like the snare and a rack tom and the floor tom. But just for learning, what I found out, you know, it was quite helpful, was just to, you know, play the pattern on 1 drum to start off with, so that you're not having to worry about moving your hand around. So the ride and the snare, the way they come together, I'm just going to play the left hand part on the snare and not on the other drums. I think I'll maybe play the rhythm first so that you can see how that fits, but only play it on the snare, not on the toms. So it's like something like that. So yeah, the way the snare and the ride fit together, you've got your ride pattern. That's your ride pattern on its own. I'm going to put the snare in along with it. You know, it just kind of fits in the spaces like this. Now that's the way that's meaningful for me to learn. You know, like seeing how they fit together like that. I suppose the next step would be to try and get the hi-hat going. Hopefully, you know, I've done that slowly enough for you to hear the way the ride and the snare go together. Get the hi-hat going as well. That would be something like yeah, just the same pattern obviously, counting out 1, 2, 3 and 4 on the hi-hat, just, you know, keeping the sort of steady rhythm going, just like a reference point for the listener. That's the way I always like to think about it. Now when I was learning this, I've never really done an awful lot of work with you know, using your foot on the hi-hat and you know, keeping the bass drum going at the same time. That's something that I find hard. I'm working with that just now, but luckily the bass parts, the bass drum parts, they all fall on you know, a hi-hat beat. As it turns out, you know, you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the hi-hat, and the bass drum falls on 2 and 4. So it's not like, you know, you're having to muck about with your feet between the two of each other or whatever. You can just sort of lock up for 2 and 4. So, you know, that part I was kind of dreading taking it on, but it came out okay. So, you know, just playing the left hand just on the snare still. I'll have a go at that. You know, like getting the everything going. Just playing the left hand on the snare, but get the bass drum going as well. So. So yeah, that's about it. The next stage is hopefully not too hard. Instead of just playing the left hand on the snare, you're going to start moving around the kit. Just simply, I'll do it, I guess, with 1, 2, 3, 4 on the hi-hat, just to let you see how the pattern fits in. You know, just doing the hi-hat and the left hand part, so that would be like, nah, I better do it with the right cymbal, I'm too confused. Screwed it up. Okay, so you know you're going on the snare, down to the rack tom again, and then down to the floor tom. So it's like ba bong, ba bong, ba bong, ba bong, something like that. And you know, put it all together. Say, can't just play this straight off. Sometimes I need to build it up, but I'll have a go at that. That's the Mozambique, the way that I learned to play it anyway. You know, hope my description of it helped. I guess what I'm planning on doing from here is to see what different kinds of fills I can stick into it, and hopefully manage to get back into the groove again, you know, get it going again. Without this need to you know, start on some of the parts and build it up slowly or whatever. But there you go, the Mozambique. It's I don't know, I think it's a fantastic pattern. You know, it's you don't really need music with a drum part like that, you know, you can just play it by itself. Okay, right, cheers, bye.